Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. All right, fine. We will try it your way. I told everyone from the very beginning that this channel was, yeah, it had a little bit of me in it, but it's about y'all. And so that's what we're going to do. I've got a video right here in front of me in the display channel, which is where I do my gaming. Up above me is my recording in OBS up there. I can see everything you guys say and do up there. Got lighting here and here. I've got my editing computer set up back behind me. I've got a picture of my dog dressed up as a Prussian field marshal. Don't ask. Optimus Prime is over my shoulder, and there's a 4-foot Tongan burial mask with a purple light behind it, behind me. So I think we got a good ambiance in the media room. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Someone had mentioned to me, that most reactors don't put the whole video on their screen. They put the video in less than 25% of their screen, so the odds of them getting a copyright strike are much lower. I don't know if that's true or not. But what I do know is true is that all of my reactions, all the videos that I've made in the last 2 weeks, all of them copyright claimed. All of them. Even though it's under fair use, copyright claimed out the ass. So, we're going to try the way you guys said I should try. So, we're going to do a reaction right now of Spiritbox, Rule of Nines. Look, my first Spiritbox reaction was to Constance. And apparently, two things. Number one, that song and that video hit me like a golf shoe in the face. And that hurt a lot because it reminded me of way too much of my grandmother. And those of you who've seen that reaction, check it out. It's rough for me and rough for a lot of you. I got a lot of comments from that reaction saying, you know what? They also know what that feels like. They've lost a loved one to dementia and Alzheimer's and those types of diseases where the mental capacity and who they are as a person fades. But that's not what we're doing here. Everyone said, yeah, that was a wonderful song by Spiritbox, but that's not normal Spiritbox. You need to check out Rule of Nines. And I was like, okay, let's do that. We're going to check out Rule of Nines right now. And we're going to put it right there. So when it shows up right here, we're going to start this up and we're going to enjoy it together. And let's see how it goes. My name is Old School Nerd. We all know this. Like and subscribe to the channel. Your support, your comments, your suggestions are what makes this happen for me. You have no idea how much I enjoy it. And listen, a lot of you who have responded and commented and given suggestions realize that I must be paying attention because I'm replying back. Apparently, I like doing this with y'all. So let's do this. The link to the original video, of course, will be in the description, so please check them out. This is Spiritbox, Rule of Nines. Old School Nerd. Ooh. Okay, remember, the first thing I saw from them was Constance. So that groove, that melodic tone, the guitar, the bass were prominent in Constance, but it was a slower, more caring song, but there were heavy parts to it. And I'm realizing very quickly, same dynamics, they're another groove band, which I love. You can be as metal as you want, but you throw a groove in there and you got me hooked pretty quick. And I already know Courtney can sing. So let's see what they bring up. She don't look nearly as sad as before. Wow. Okay, real quick. The drummer was playing he was he was playing a splash or a crash cymbal, which is normally what you hear at the end of a measure, or after a fill you hear kind of a crash or a splash. But he was riding it like it's the ride, which is the large cymbal usually to the right or to the side of a drummer where they do that ding 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 when they ride it. But he was playing it like as though it was a hi-hat, so it was splashing, but there was something in that cymbal, either the mounts that were keeping it from just splash and resonating. Something was holding it close, and he was just riding it, and that was a really cool sound. I haven't seen a lot of people do that, especially in commercial music. Her voice is seductive. And in this way, it's not seduction in a sexual or passionate way. It's seductive as in it is luring you in, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to stay there. She almost had me there for a second because I thought she was gonna push, and she didn't. It was kind of soft. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's doing it again. The guitarist. He's playing another 7-string guitar. Count with me, the fret knobs, fret tuning knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's playing that 7-string guitar, and he's doing really, really well. But that's not what caught me on this. What caught me on this was that I expected her to, when she took that deep breath and went into the chorus, I thought she was going to either scream or sing higher or change the tone, or, they do that ramp up. No. She stayed that melodic, that kind of like, it's almost like, when I say it was seductive, it's almost like, do you remember as a kid or at all when, those of you who are older remember that old classic snake flute player, in the cartoons, when the guy would play the snake flute and the snake would just kind of get locked in trance with that melodic flute sound? She's doing that to us, and we're stuck in it. But the reason why I stopped it was not that. The reason I stopped it was, if you remember in Constance, when the guitar player was doing that roll with his fingers, and he was playing the rapid scale along in that repetitive tap, he's doing it again. And because he has that extra high string, he can go really melodically high without having to move his hands a lot, which is one of the bonuses of having a 7-string guitar. One of the drawbacks is it pretty much, you have to learn how to play the guitar all over again because all the keys of the strings are different. But he's just, look at it. It's effortless, and it works. It works in this dynamic. It's not like he's got a rhythm guitar playing the melody and he's just accenting it with this. He's using that as the melody. It's good. Here it is. It's a very interesting visual with her laying on a roof with the blood coming down either side. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, if I didn't already love her voice, if I didn't already love the arrangement and the groove, that drummer and bass player are throwing something down just now that was funky, and I loved it. I want to go back just a few seconds. Listen to this groove, the drum player and this bass player synchronizing the rhythm section, and they change the dynamic of the arrangement just with a little fill and a pull out with the bass guitar. Listen to this. It's choppy. It's choppy, but it has purpose, and it's really good. You'd swear that that was a keyboard, but it's the guitar player tapping. He's just tapping. And the bass player is continuing on with the melodic chord progression. Wow. Okay. That was intense. That was really intense. Okay. I really like Spiritbox. And I think the reason why I like them so much is a lot of people said, if you love Ginger, you got to try Spiritbox. Okay, I get it. They're both two really, really good groove bands. They are metal, but they have a serious funk, blues, jazz groove to them. The bass lines and the drumming is not just surge, push, power, thrash, aggressive speed metal, obviously. They're more of a, again, it's all about the groove for me. You know me, it's all about the groove for me. And they've got that. And the guitarist isn't trying to, okay, there are some points when that is acceptable, where your guitarist is the lead, where the guitarist is the hook, the solo, the everything of a song, right? It's like they're the lead vocal of the instruments, right? This guitarist is not doing that. Have you noticed? He knows he's skilled. He knows he has all these abilities, but rather than put himself out and dictate everywhere this song goes melodically, musically, nope. He says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let my amazing rhythm section, my bass guitarist and my drummer, who obviously are spirit brothers, Spiritbox, hold this groove with us while I accent it with a flutter pick motion along the higher end part of the neck of this guitar and bring it into some melodic, angelic thing while Courtney does what she does best, which is seduce you in and then beat the crap out of you. Now that I've talked about how much I love the music of this band, let me talk about Courtney. Courtney's music, her voice is vulnerable. It's not just her face. It's not just the way she holds herself. It's not just the way she looks into the camera. Her vocal stylings seem vulnerable, like she's opening herself, she is fragile in just her soft, melodic voice that needs to be appreciated, but be gentle. I can't really be. And then she comes up and then it's a full-throated, sultry jazz, lyrical styling that's full volume. And now I'm coming through to you. But then her growl is not a guttural growl. Okay? The reason why, and I get a lot of comments from my Ginger reactions because whenever I say Tatiana goes into the guttural, people go, oh no, that's called growling. No. What Courtney does is growling. That's where she's adjusting her pitch, her embouchure, her jawline, and her vocal cords to appear to be screaming when actually she's singing and not hurting her voice. But if you notice, Courtney's growl pretty much is still her singing voice. It doesn't change. It's just aggressive, her embouchure, jawline, focus, and vocal cords. She's adjusted them to allow herself to make a screaming, growling sound. But her growl sound is the same octave as her singing voice. And that's fine. That's most growling slash vocalist singers. Most of them do that. The reason why I refer to Tatiana as a guttural drop is because she changes the octave of her singing voice in her growl down 2, 3, 4 octaves. There's a difference. Both are talented, both are appreciated, and I love what Courtney's doing. Okay? At least in this song. Now, I'm sure the next Spiritbox song I do, she's going to dump down guttural just like Tatiana. I'm going to go, okay, I was wrong. But until she does, I'm just saying. In this song, in Rule of Nines, her growl stayed the same as her singing voice in octave. She didn't try to dump it too far. Now, towards the end, she kind of did, and she buntled up and she did go lower, but not during the whole song and not without effort. Now, a lot of people have said Tatiana is just the queen of the growl. I don't believe that's the case. I think Tatiana's growl is different. It's referred to as a deep chord or a false chord. There's a difference. When you hear a vocalist growl like this, okay, and they're singing melodically and soulfully and full-throated with a chest voice, and then they growl, and it's the same tone in the same octave using the same notes, they're not false chording, okay? They're actually changing embouchure to growl. That's what she's doing, and I love it because it keeps who she is. She's not changing it. She's still in the same box. Tatiana on purpose does the false chord guttural and changes her octave by quite a bit, noticeably down, and we've seen it, and that's fine. They're two different things, but yet, you know what makes both of these bands so amazing? They're both musically superior for three-piece bands. They accentuate the vocalist's gifts. They take advantage of the fact that their drummers and bass players, rhythm sections, are top-notch and use them not only to be the base of melodic music, but also possibly the main part of melodic music, allowing the guitar players to do what they do best, make it a full song with a three-piece musical group. Now, that's my take on it. I'm not saying I'm the musical end of the word. No, this is just what I'm seeing. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm sharing with all of you. This was an amazing request. This was an amazing idea. And I want to thank everyone who brought this into this with me, because I got to tell you, I got a lot, and I do mean I got a lot of people asking me about this. Let me show you real quick. I know I have one somewhere. I'm going to find it real quick, and I don't mean to show it on my screen real quick, but someone mentioned this to me, and I meant to, and actually meant to bring it up, and I didn't. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let me do this right now. It's funny. I found it right here. Let me pull this up for you. 1 second. Okay. So normally I already have this stuff done, but this was one of those things where it was kind of last minute. So let me just bring it up real quick, and I want to show you guys that those of you who brought this up, I heard you. I heard you 100% when you brought this up. Here we go. Tom Green. Wow, there's Tom Green. Tom Green. Whoa, this thing went way off kilter. Hey, we're doing this live, people. This isn't a test. I'm trying to do this as we go. Tom Green says, great song when he talked about Constance. This was a reaction. This is a comment on Constance. This is where I came up with this idea. Tom Green, who, by the way, doesn't look like the guy from TV. You remember who Tom Green is. Great song, but you need the full Spiritbox experience, so you simply must do Holy Roller or Rule of Nines next. Appreciate the honest reaction. However, you are not old. Tom, I'm old school, which means I like classic stuff. I like the basis of what we know as music now. I love old stuff. And yes, I'm an old school nerd, but I am old. Don't let that is gray in the beard, bro. I'm gonna argue with you on that one. So thanks to Tom for this amazing idea to do Rule of Nines. He's not the only person to suggest Rule of Nines, but he is the one that I captured and put on this video. That was Spiritbox Rule of Nines for me, and I enjoyed it. I really, really did. Again, some of the takes that I have with this band may not be what you feel about them. It may not be what you've heard about them. It may not be what you've experienced about them, but this is the best part. When you're a really good musical group and you have a really good musical message and you're good at what you do, the range of emotions and takes and ideas and thoughts that you can put into different people's heads and hearts and emotions, that's why they're good, because we all get something from it. What I got from it was what I shared with you. So please don't get mad. Share with me what you think. I want to hear about it. Give me your comments. Give me your suggestions. What do I do next? It's all up to y'all. And Tom, Maybe not Tom. We're not going to talk to Tom anymore. Tom started all this crap. Okay, that was me. I'm Old School Nerd. Yes, I'm old, but you're never too old to enjoy amazing music. Like Spiritbox, Rule of Nines. And I do believe I may have to do some live Spiritbox soon, because so far it's been 2 videos, and someone said they're also one of those bands that sounds as good live, so we'll see. We'll see all of you later. Another reaction is coming up soon. Old School Nerd, I'm out of here.